what's up, everybody? Dr. Giggles is in the house, and this is your Thursday evening hangout here with the Grow Show. And this week, there's gonna be some main topics that we're gonna talk about and go over with stuff this week. But I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna let the people, get in here because we got some topics to talk about, and I know there's a few people that aren't in here yet that actually brought up the two topics. And so once they get in here and a few more people get in here, we're going to have a showdown like no other, I guess, is what I like to call it. Because what we're going to do is we are going to, what do you call it? We're going to be talking about, like we did last week, the pros and cons, basically, what's the good, the bad? How can you fix Six Flags? We did that last week. This week, we're going to focus on Cedar Fair. So this is where every single one of you, all you boys and girls, we're going to talk about it. Also, I want to write down all this stuff like I did with Six Flags, and then we're going to make a video about it. And then we're just going to rock it like that, and then we'll send it off to some Cedar Fair parks and say, hey, this is the good, the bad, the ugly, the great, and see maybe if somebody will listen. Yeah, I need to watch Spider-Man Far From Home. Everybody said it's good. I need to watch it. And the other thing we're going to do, I don't know which order we're going to do them in, but we're going to talk about that Disneyland, the Toontown fight. I got the video. We're going to watch the video. We're going to talk about it while it's playing. And if we need to rewatch it 4 or 5 times to have a good laugh, we can. Because there's some news that came out today to add on to that, and it's been hilarious and all that good stuff. But we're also going to talk about Edaville because Splash Pad open. We're going to talk about Indiana Beach Park. We're going to talk about Hagrid's Coaster. We're going to talk about Ghost Town in the Sky, the Golden Ticket Awards, and the update. What's up, Cody? It's 7 pages this week of stuff. I mean, a lot of it's the Golden Ticket Award stuff. We're going to talk about some other Cedar Fair stuff. We're going to talk about Blizzard Beach. We're going to talk about some Dollywood. Some other Disneyland stuff that I wanted to talk about. And whatever else comes up in this chat. Oh, I watched that video. I watched your Spider-Man Far From Home video. I did, Lindsay Yale Entertainment. I did watch that. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go through the news. Let's get through the news. That way it gives people time. And then I did not check Instagram today. Everything this week has been nuts because I've officially sold the house. I accepted an offer on it. And, obviously it's pending all the baloney. You got to do inspections. You got to, do all that stuff. And the inspection on this house for the people buying my house is Monday. And then the house that I'm buying is on Wednesday. So, well, you missed that, Six Flags. And then, I don't know if Coaster Fan 90. I don't know if you've been to Cedar Fair parks or what you think about them, but this week you can get in on the Cedar Fair ones. That's the one thing that I love about doing these shows now, that people are more interactive with it. People are getting more, committed to, actually talking and being part of this as we're building up, everything and trying to get it. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I've never used Discord, and I know other people have said, hey, you should do Discord. I have no idea what it is, and this coming week, I'm going to see if I can test out the Skype feature. I have Skype set up on the OBS system, so you can broadcast with. When I was at Best Buy buying a laptop, and I was talking, when I was telling the guy what I needed, and then I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to get Skype in. It's a pain in the ass. And then the dude was like, oh, just do that. And it's so now I just gotta, what do you call it? I just gotta call somebody on Skype just to see if I, and do a test, do a live test just to see if it works, make it work. and do all that. And then once we can do that, we can, what do you call it? We can start bringing you guys in live on Skype to talk. If there's like some hot topics or something, we can, we can get that done. Discord can replace Skype. Yeah, see, I don't really know I was never the one. Yeah, I don't see the link. I don't know if links are allowed on this thing. I don't know. I don't know if they pop up or if they're blocked or whatever. But if not, we'll get it out. We'll get the link out, Cody. See, here's my thing. I'm not like a lot of other YouTubers or social media people that are like, don't do that. I don't want your stuff on my stuff. That's not me. I'm all about networking with everybody. There's room for everybody does something. It's the same, but it's different. Some people hate my personality and hate me. Some people love me. Some people might like Marcus better than me, or some people might like Cody better than me, and so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying. So I want to bring more to it, and that opens up the possibility of what do you call it? Even park personnel, managers and stuff, be like, well, we can't get together. Maybe if you could get somebody from another park that's not close by, but we want to talk to them. I know we've done that in the past with phone calls, like when Brett from Ace, New Jersey. Oh yeah, that's what I'll do. Email it to me and I'll put it in the description in the video. That's what we'll do. We'll put that in the video. We've done the phone calls with Brett from New Jersey when we were talking about riding of the bull and New Jersey events and stuff like that, for Ace. And it's always been successful shows when there's not just me. I feel the shows that aren't just me are better than just me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not ancient old, but I never really played with Skype or Discord. I hear people talking about Discord all the time, and it's something that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll check it out, and I don't. That's why I need to bring more people into SFNEOnline that, I may not know something, but you know how to do it, and everybody networks together. That's what it's all about. I'm not here, hey, what's up, little Scorpion Game? I'm not here trying to be some crazy, super duper famous YouTuber. I just like doing what I do. And if I can help somebody else out, then hey, that's what I'm going to do. So I don't ever want somebody, that's like I said, SFNEOnline is a community. Doesn't matter if you're from California, Texas, Alaska, Jamaica, Canada, Florida. All right, cool. Yeah, because we're going to do Planet Coaster later too. So, like I said, like I said, I'm not, some people perceived me as like this jerk, and I don't do that, I'm trying to kill everybody and, whatever. It's not me. Those that know me know that's not me. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let me edit this quick. And then if you want to check out his Discord, I'm going to put it right underneath what we were talking about for this week. I'm going to put, check out Cody's Discord. There we go. Now I just gotta hit save. Go back to the chat because I left the chat there for a second. I'm gonna put it right. There we go. It's there. All right, so it's there. So if you want to check out his Discord, by all means, it's in the description below. Just scroll down just a little bit if you don't see it right away. It's there. I added it. I said, check out Cody's Discord. I see it. All right, so we got a bunch of people here. And what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to break down the news quick, talk about some news things. Then we're going to talk about, we'll talk about the pros and cons of Cedar Fair first. And then we'll get into the Toontown fight, because I think it's a messed up situation, but I think it's going to be funny. So we'll watch the video, and then we can, while it's going, and if we need to play it a couple times, because I can't do like fast forward, rewind, fast forward. So if we miss a spot, I mean, unless you can, and I have no clue how, you know, I feel like the way I talk, I sound like I'm like totally like technology stupid. Yeah, Monkey Master, Mr. Jeremy. I know you think chicken noodle soup is awesome. You have the t-shirt that says I love chicken noodle soup. Weirdo kid. Anyway, so let's kick off the news. Enough of my blabbering. Hi, Muffins. You want to say hi to Jeremy? You want to say hi? Jeremy's over here. I mean, you can't see Jeremy, but here's the kitty. Look, see, here's the kitty. Say, hi, Jeremy. You want to say, hi, Jeremy? Huh? Are you being a good girl? Yeah. You looking at me like you just like snorted a bag of crack. And why is your face like wet? What did you get into? I don't know. Yeah, you sit there. The kitty's my little co-host. People can pause and play during, after. Yeah. All right. So, anyway, so let's kick off with Edaville. The splash pad that they've been talking about is finally open. So if you want to go get wet while you're at Edaville, we went there for Father's Day weekend. Cute little park. I enjoy going. I plan on going for Christmas. But if you're going to go and you want to beat the heat a little bit, you can get in their new splash pad. Also, if you or anybody in your family has autism, that they have a few areas. Well, I saw at least 2 quiet areas, which I thought were magnificent. I will say you're probably better off going to the one inside Thomastown, because the one that looked like the Wizard of Oz one was really hot. You know, Mr. Six maybe did turn into a cat. Maybe. So that's Edaville. Indiana Beach Park. I don't know how many of you heard about. Unfortunately, it was like a 12-year-old boy died, and it wasn't. Well, they said it had nothing to do with what do you call it? With the ride per se, but there have been riders coming out saying when they're getting off the coaster, which is the Who's the Hurricane, they're getting like an electric shock. So now the new thing that just came out like today or yesterday, that they're waiting for the autopsy on this kid that died to see what his cause of death was, because they're trying to see if maybe it had to do with all these people that are coming forward saying they were getting electric shocks, because that was something that came out right away about the electric shock thing. But now they were saying, hey, we're waiting for the autopsy just in case like he got shocked. I mean, he had pre-existing illness that they claimed is what, took the kid's life, but nobody knows. Nobody knows if that was added in with getting electrocuted, so to speak. This is like it's weird when it comes to amusement parks and theme parks. It seems like every other year becomes a bad year, so to speak, with a lot of crazy things happening. And I'm seeing more and more. I mean, not many deaths, which is great. And then there are people that get in. I mean, people get injured every day. Sometimes it's for something stupid. I mean, this case with this kid, that was unfortunate. He had some illness, and I don't know if the reports, the articles, I can't remember when I read them last week or the week before that, what his illnesses were, and it might have. And then, I'm just seeing as the reports come through. Yeah, that incident, it does sounds quite shocking. I mean, it sounds quite shocking. I get the pun and the joke, because everybody's getting electrocuted. Hello, dislike. Yes, I'm Mr. Leviathan Lover. Even though you say Fury is better. Hey, like I always say, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You like Fury, I like Leviathan. Everybody wins. So yeah, that's with that. So we'll see what happens and the outcome after the autopsy comes out, because it'll be very interesting if it was part blame. Like part of it happened, like he got electrocuted, and part of it was the illness kind of combining, and that is definitely going to lead to one crazy thing. And I see behind me, if you look behind me, there's a white box. That's the 1,000 subscriber box. And I want to put something special in that box when we hit 1,000. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff in there. That box is heavy as hell. But I want to put something great in it. And maybe you guys can give me ideas. I mean, within reason. Not like keys to a car or something really expensive, but something cool. You know. Yeah, and speaking of that, we're at 728, so 2 plus 22 away from the next box to give away. So we're getting there. Can't wait. We're almost at 750. Hit 750, the next box goes. I'm pumped. All right, so I got some... It's like I wrote it down in 2 different spots on my notes about Hagrid's, because when I initially wrote this, Hagrid's had... Oh, yeah. What we'll do is we'll save the Green Lantern rumor when I'm done with the news. I'll say, hey, done with the news, and then I'll come back. I'm going to write it down at the end just so I don't forget. So that way we can talk about the Green Lantern rumors, because I'd like to know. I've been hearing rumors. I heard 2 rumors. I heard Great Escape, and I heard Lerone. It seems like that neck of the woods is getting it, but I'm going to put green. Because if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget. You may forget. And then, so, all right, so Hagrid's. When I wrote this down, I said that, you know, mine was more of the, because, you know, all the fanboys out there, you know, with every company and everything, they're like, oh, Hagrid's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But even still to this day, they're having a ton of problems with it. It's a crazy nightmare scenario with, you know, maintenance nightmare. It's breaking all the time. The other day, you know, there's times it doesn't even open now, and they've changed it. You know how they changed the schedule about, you know how it was like, oh, it's not going to open till like midday or later in the day. New England's not removing Superman, so don't you worry about that. They're not. There's no need to get rid of Superman. They just got to fix their trains. But other than that, they're not getting rid of Superman. Nope. Don't believe that hype. Not for a second. You kidding? If Six Flags New England got rid of Superman, people would come out with the pitchforks and torches, and they would burn that place down. You know it. I know it. We all know it. They would. I mean, it's been in the top 10 of Golden Ticket Awards and other awards for... We're going on almost 20 years. They would be stupid to get rid of that. There's no reason to get rid of that ride. None. So anyway, so I was basically writing down, what do you call it? That, you know, the ride was definitely not ready to... Hagrid's was not ready to open. Here's the problem that I'm finding. I'm finding with theme parks... Any corporate entity that has parks, when you have shareholders, you screw everything up. I wish you couldn't buy stock in any of the parks, because doing that, I feel really screws the parks over. As think about it this way: parks are limited to what they can and can't do, because they got to make sure that the shareholders are getting a return on their investment. So where Six Flags, for example, they haven't been spending big money all the time on ride, you know, like a ride, like a big ride, because they got to make sure that they spread themselves, and they're spreading themselves too thin, buying up all this stuff. And now they can't go and buy a $20 million coaster, because you're going to have majority share. No, don't spend that kind of money. I want to see profits. Screw you in your what do you call it? Buying a big coaster. No, don't spend that. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I totally agree with you, Daniel, about Star Wars Land was not, and that's the whole point. Hagrid's was not ready, and the reason why they opened it, they gave out a date. It wasn't ready, but they had to stick to the date because of the stupid shareholders. Same thing happened with Disney. Disney usually doesn't open a whole land and things aren't done. They were pressured to open that up, even though it's not done. I think Bob Iger would definitely would wanted to not open Star Wars Land until it was ready, even if it had to bump. You know what I'm saying? Even if it had to bump it to next year. because Rise of the Resistance wasn't ready, people would be pissed, but people would understand. Disney is usually the king of making sure all their stuff works. Now, we all get it. Rise of the Resistance is this crazy, crazy, new interactive, crazy dark ride like nothing we've ever seen before, as they're saying. You know, I mean, the rumors that we've all heard, you get on the ride, you get off the ride, you do this, you do that, bada bing, bada boom, right? And so it's a crazy ride. So they're trying to work the kinks out because things aren't lining up and not, you know, getting programmed. You know, it's kind of off a little bit, so they're trying to make it all work smooth and work out. I get it. But Disney usually just doesn't open it. It all has to do with shareholders. Same thing with Hagrid's. Now, I'm not knocking Hagrid's. No, I don't see... See, here's the thing. I don't see that it's weird that Universal Orlando's having higher attendance than normal. I expected that because of the ride. Everybody's going, look, people are going to Universal now because they know Star Wars is coming. Oh, yeah, I got that on the list, the Rise of Resistance dates to talk about. But I knew that it was going to get packed. What do you call it? We all know every time Universal opens up a Harry Potter ride, it's magnificent. You know, the fans love it. I mean, I'm not a fan of Gringotts Bank. I've said that 1,000 times. But Hogsmeade, you know, Hogwarts Castle, beautiful. I can't wait to check out Hagrid's when I get a chance. But the point of the story is they shouldn't have opened it if it wasn't ready. You know? And it's expected because now, right now, and I have this written down, so I'll just move right into it. About Disneyland. Right now, if you want to go to Star Wars Land over in Disneyland, the whole place is empty. And I think that has to do with a few things, not just one thing. You know, people are trying to pinpoint. They're trying to say Star Wars is a failure. I don't think it's necessarily a failure. I just think because it's not finished. Because everybody's like, what's there is awesome. Some stuff's overpriced. But people want Rise of the Resistance. Yeah, people really want the original trilogy. There's a lot of people that don't give a crap about the new trilogy. People are so hung up on the original and not willing to give... Look, I'm not saying that the Disney Star Wars movies are the greatest thing since sliced bread. Hey, Nicholas, what's up? I love going to Coney Island. So make sure you have fun at Coney Island. Ride the Cyclone for me, buddy. Hey, kitty. So here's what I think has to do with the factors of Disney Galaxy's Edge. The price of the tickets. I forgot what the ticket prices are, but I know it's ridiculous. I think Disney's finally had... they're finally at that threshold of price point of what people are willing to spend to get in the park. That's one. Two, the original trilogy. I think that's only a small part of it. Three, it wasn't fully completed. You didn't have Rise of the Resistance. That was a huge complaint. Plus, they've sold out on a lot of merchandise. And people are pissed about that. Also, I just think it's just a mixture of all those things. You know, you got the price point. You got... Yep, I got a cat. I got my kitty. Hi, Muffin. Her name is Muffins. Jeremy, the Monkey Master named... Monkey Master that's in this chat. I don't know if he's still there. Yeah, I mean, for someone like me to go to Disneyland or Disney World, it's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So... I'd have to check, but regardless anyway. So I think between the price point... Oh, and the other thing, too, that I forgot to mention was before Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened, they put a blackout date for employees and season pass holders. And now they've lifted that blackout because, like, they're saying, like, if you compare the attendance to last year, People waiting 90 minutes, 2 hours, an hour for rides. People waiting 10 minutes to 30 minutes for rides. And they're saying everything's like a ghost town. Like, now is the time to go to Disneyland because nobody's going. And I think it's just a mixture of everything. And I think a lot of people are just waiting for Rise of the Resistance to open. Now, if Rise of the Resistance opens and that doesn't help, Disney's in a little bit of trouble. They're going to have to drop the prices because they're also saying that bookings at Disney World are weak right now. They're kind of soft. And I think it's all those mixtures. You know, as it was stated, if you want, and it's weird, it's like Galaxy's Edge opened first at California Disneyland, but Rise of the Resistance is opening up first at, what do you call it? Orlando, which is crazy. It's like they flip-flopped. And everybody seems, you know, like, I've been seeing tons of YouTube videos about Disneyland. I've been seeing it about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There's the ones that don't like the Disney sequels that are going, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is a failure. Ha 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 ha. You know? But the funny thing is they all go and they enjoy it. But they're like, oh, it's a failure. Ha 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 ha. You know, they're just cracking. Whatever. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Myself, now, is this new trilogy perfect? No, not by any means, but I still enjoy the movies. You know, so, hey, Muffins, hey, Nicholas says hi. What are you looking at? You look like a drug addict right now. Did you get into the catnip and not share with anybody else, kitty? Are you doing drugs? Because your pupils are like, what? Are you doing drugs? Huh? Hey, kids, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Yeah, oh, you purring, huh? Sorry for, Hey, Nicholas, Monkey Master, that's Jeremy. I know you know Jeremy. I wouldn't necessarily say that Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars. It's not the best. Yeah, the internet has a vendetta against Disney. I like Disney, and I like Star Wars. I like a lot of things, and it's not going to change. Hey, dislike says get RMC'd. Okay, he says get R. What are you looking at? What is it you're looking at? Huh? What is like getting your attention? Huh? What are you staring at? Is it this? Is that what you're looking at that's freaking you out? Huh? Ooh, rawr, I'm gonna get you, kitty. Oh, look, Scream Guy's trying to get you. You get like a little puppet show out of that. But regardless, anyway, there's a lot of things that can be throwing a monkey wrench in it. I mean, a lot of people are pissed because Disney bought Fox. That's one thing. They're pissed about. People just like to complain. People just complain to complain. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Yeah, but that's not fair, Marcus. Just because you got your Skype back up and now you can take me to Fiesta, Texas without me leaving. I would rather be actually at Fiesta, Texas. Let's be for real. I would rather be there than watching people be there. But that's kind of like if I was at New England and you were at work, you would rather be at New England than watch me at New England, right? I guess. But, like I said, I'm an easy to please kind of guy. It's like what I always say all the time, right? About, people complain a lot and people just trash talk anything just to trash. Like, that seems like to be the in thing now. I'm going to be cool, so I'm going to say that sucks. And I'm going to complain about that. I don't understand. Like, granted, everybody's going to have their favorite. That's kind of like dislike loves Fury. And I love Leviathan. And I don't like Fury. And he, it's an opinion. It's okay. But what is Agency Tales? What is that? Everyone go watch Agency Tales. What is Agency Tales? I'll have to look that up later. But why spend your entire life just being... It's okay to say, I don't like that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what you believe. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to your opinion. You could tell me to go eat a bag of crap. It don't matter. I'm not going to be mad at you because you told me to eat a bag of crap. I'll just turn around and tell you to eat a bag of crap. But why would you spend so much time and energy going, this sucks, and spend 2 hours or 3 weeks going on about how it sucks? If it sucks, then just move on to something else. You know, when I don't like something, 5 minutes later, I forgot I didn't even like it. I forgot what the hell it was. I move on. Life's too short. Just take it. Life is too short to be such idiots. Like, just take it. Whatever park you go to, even if you're like with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, say you're at a park and you're like, oh, I hate that ride, and that person's never been. They really want you to ride that ride. Be a team player and be like, the ride sucks, but all right, I'll ride with you. You know, I mean, there's a lot of times that, you know, this time I'm like, I ain't riding that stupid, hurtful thing, you know. But I get it, you know. Well, I can't tell you that because I've never ridden Iron Rattler, so I don't know. You got the idea from my Bizarro Media Day video. I need to do more of those story videos. I really enjoyed doing the Bizarro Media Day one and the Bert the Conqueror filming one. I mean, I got a lot of stories to tell about that kind of stuff, so... Yeah, I mean, and I would also, once I get the stupid Skype thing working on the OBS system, I would love to bring people on, even if somebody starts going, oh, you're an idiot, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, my whole thing is, we can agree to disagree. Just do it respectfully. You don't have to be like, you know, being a total ass. You can, you know, we can debate and just be respectful to each other. You don't have to sit there name calling and just, you know, you say, hey, this is why I think it's better. This, that. The audience chimes in, you know, or there could be other topics that, you know, maybe somebody wants to come on and really talk about a topic. We're going to work on that, you know, when the time comes. But yeah, so like with Star Wars, I enjoy... I agree with that philosophy. Unless Great Escape gets Green Lantern, you're going to have to ban me from the Grow Show because all I'm going to do is complain. No, I'm not going to ban people. Like I said, it's okay to complain and not like something. I'm not the complain police. I'm just saying, why spend the energy complaining? Just forget about it. Even if Great Escape gets it, ride it once. And, what do you call it? Ride it once. If you hate it, move on. You never have to ride it again. Who cares? You know? And plus, when you're crying on social media, like, Parks see that stuff. And then they go, oh, this dude's an idiot. I ain't ever hooking that guy up. I'm not saying kiss their butt. I'm just saying it's okay to complain in a certain way. But a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube, they go way too far. Oh, I found, see this pile of pictures? This is from Geauga Lake, well, Six Flags, Ohio in 2004. I found these when I was going through stuff. I'm trying to see if I can find something cool. Oh, here's the Batman, which is now, what do you call it, Dominator at King's Dominion. See? There's some more. I don't know what you can see. I can't see what you can see. Oh, because it's a disposable camera. And I was on their splash boat ride there. There's that. I know I'm totally going off. Yeah. What else is there? Oh, you can... Oh, see that free fall? That's Rocky Point's free fall right there. That came from Rocky Point when they closed. Who remembers this ride? We're having picture time for a second. Not that you really care, but we're having picture time. Yep. Here's a closer look of Rocky Point's free fall. Oh, I was on the wooden roller coaster, the little one there. Let's see. Oh, the loop corkscrew, whatever ride. Oh, my friend and his wife. Me with a blue Smurf tongue. The Ferris wheel. I got some other water park stuff. I got all the kinds of pictures because back when... The only reason why I got to go there was because I got booked to do a show at a place called the Peabody's in Cleveland, Ohio. And I wasn't wearing my Dr. Giggles outfit. I don't even know what that says on it, but yeah, that was from the show I did from that week. Me and my buddy. Look at me bent over. Looks like I'm taking a dump. Hey, Jeremy, say hi to Nicholas. Is there anything else? I'm just trying to see if there's any more Geauga Lake pictures in this pile. Oh, yeah, look at me being a homie G. Look at that, I'd be like, I love going back in time. Oh, here's one. I don't know what show this is. This was like the beginnings of Dr. Giggles, if anybody wanted to see. I had that crappy mask. I had the scrubs on. I don't know where this is. I think that was at a club I did in New Hampshire. Or New Jersey. I can't remember. Oh, anybody want to see a baby picture of Devin? Look, that's Devin when he was a little baby. All right, back to what we got here for. This is what we were talking about this week. So, yeah. I know. I know I went off course for a second. Oh, what's this? What is this? I don't know. I'll have to go through some pictures and scan them. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I gotta say, when we went there when it was Six Flags Ohio, I had a season pass, and I will say we went there for like 3 or 4 days straight. I'm trying to think. I think we did Six Flags, then we did the show, and then I went home. I flew back home, I think. It was crazy. All right, so I just went down off course, down a little memory lane, a little theme park related, a little not theme park related, but I got to scan those pictures before they get destroyed, and put them up online. We can go down memory lane with them. People can be like, "Oh my God, it's cool! Oh, I missed the place." Kind of like we do at Rocky Point. So Ghost Town in the Sky. Everybody heard that it was going to be opening. It's not. They want to put it back up for sale, and you can have it for the cool price of 5.9 million buckaroos. So if you got $6 million, you can buy Ghost Town in the Sky. If I had $6 million, I would not buy Ghost Town in the Sky. All right, so this next section is, I'm just going to read a bunch of stuff, and as I read on, I may skip stuff. I just copy and pasted it. It came right from Golden Tickets. They're changing some stuff. So I don't know how many of you actually vote in the Golden Ticket Awards. Not sure if you do. I do. I got my, it's at work. I got my postcard with my code, but I am not going to vote until I come back from Kennywood. I want to ride Steel Curtain, see how I feel, and see if that's worthy of, best new ride or whatever. So this is what it says. It says, new this year are some exciting new categories. Industry suppliers and parks have direct involvement with nominations in the Best Innovation of 2019 and Best New Attraction Installation of 2019 as the amusement industry comes to grow in the FEC sector. Breakout Family Entertainment System Center of 2019 will recognize parks who have upped their game and improved their offerings. Yeah, York's Wild Kingdoms for sale. I wouldn't even buy that. I mean, it would be cool to own a zoo and a little. I would have to redo some rides because I've ridden the wacky. I would keep the wacky worm. I would just refurbish it. I would get rid of the haunted house because that thing's garbage. That's worse than something that I built in my front yard. Other categories have been updated or modified, adding a new layer of perspective. The previous category of Best New Ride is now divided into Best New Family Attraction of 2019 and Best New Roller Coaster of 2019. Best New Water Park and Ride of 2019 remains. I just lost my... Okay. Best Marine Life Park has been expanded to Best New Marine Life / Wildlife Park. Operations, friendliness, and cleanliness have combined to become a unified category, Best Park Experience. Sought after accolades such as Best Park and Best Water Park, as well as longtime fan favorites that include roller coasters, water rides, dock rides, and more will still be awarded. Winners are announced live on September 8th at the Golden Ticket Awards ceremony at Silverwood in Athol, Idaho. Hello, Harrison Schneider. Yeah, well, I live in Rhode Island. I got that mix of New York and Boston accent. People hear me talk, they think I'm from New York or something. But it's kind of a mix in between Boston and what do you call it? New York. See, I like that haunted house they had was stupid. It was bad. Like, I would rip it down and rebuild a new one for sure. If I own that place, I would add more rides. See you later, dislike. I personally would want, I've never been in the zoo, but I would look in the zoo to see what it looks like, do some upgrades there, upgrade the rides, but I would definitely do an upgrade on the Wacky Worm and refurbish it, make it nice. Wacky Worms, kids love them. It seems that coaster enthusiasts love grabbing that credit when they don't got it. And add something, add some more stuff. It needs some love. They probably don't have the money to do anything, and that's the problem that they're having. All right, so it says Best Amusement Park of 2000. I guess these are the categories. Best Water Park of 2019. Best New Attraction Installation of 2019. Innovation of the Year for 2019. Most Beautiful Park of 2019. Best Wildlife Marine. Best Family Park of 2019. Best Guest Experience. Best New Shows. Best Kids Area. Best Food. Best Dark Ride. Best Water Ride and Amusement Park of 2019. Best Water Park Ride of 2019. Best Halloween Event. Best of 2018. Best Christmas Event of 2018. Best New Coaster of 2019. Best New Family Attraction of 2019. Best New Water Park Ride of 2019. The Breakout Family Entertainment Center of 2019. Best Wood Coaster, Best Steel Coaster. Then there's Publishers Picks, Person Park of the Year, the Renaissance Award, the Turnstile Award, the Golden Ticket Award, Legends. So those are all the things. What do you call it? Those are the categories. Those are the updates to it. When I come back, because what we're doing is next Friday, we're out of here. We're going to Knoebels. We're leaving really early on Friday, and then we're going to go make a stop at Knoebels. And then after we're done with Knoebels, then we're going to drive, and then we're going to go to Kennywood for KennyCon. Yeah, there's a new show that, John, there's a new show that SFNE started. I guess it's more modern music. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to check it out. Probably not this weekend, but probably during Food and Brew, because I'm definitely going to Food and Brew. But when I come back from KennyCon, we are going to, I'm going to do the voting, and I think I'm going to record it. So, I'm gonna record what I did, and then once I don't know if I should. I know other fan sites have posted, as they recorded themselves doing the voting. So we'll see what happens. We shall see. Yeah, Food and Brew starts on the 19th. And then ends like the 28th, the 29th, or something like that. And yeah, so I'll definitely I'm probably gonna go during the week, so that way I can like film it like I did last year, and then just post it out. So in case somebody wants to go and doesn't really notice what Food and Brew is about, maybe wants to see what this year has to offer. I mean, I can't go opening weekend because I'm going away. So I'll have to go during the week, because then the following weekend is Alyssa's birthday, so we're gonna do that. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, so before we get into the Cedar Fair pros and cons thing, Cedar Fair is doing Autism Awareness Week this week. Is Monday gonna, during the summer gonna? It all depends, and it really depends if it's near a holiday. Is it not a holiday? Is it really extremely crazy hot? But usually Mondays and Tuesdays are usually the less attended days. The further you get into the week, it starts getting crazier and crazier. But I mean, if it's hot, the water park will be packed. Now, I know I can't get parking like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'm still going Sunday, and I got to park across the street like a peasant. Excuse me. And you could, so it is what it is. All right, so Cedar Fair Entertainment Company, a leader in the regional amusement park, today, they reported preliminary net revenues through July 7th, approximately of $579 million, an increase of $16 million or 3%. When compared with the same fiscal period a year ago, this period traditionally represents approximately 40% of the company's full-year net revenues. Says this increase in net revenues was driven by a 3% increase in-park guest spending, per capita spending, a 3% or $2 million increase in out-of-park revenues, including resort hotels, flight attendants, and compared to the same period a year ago, these favorable results benefited from only 1 week of operations from the newly acquired Schlitterbahn water parks in New Brunswick and Galveston, Texas. So, the full second quarter results are going to come out on August 7th. So we'll go over that again more in depth if people care about it and want to know about it. Blizzard Beach. The refurbishment starts on September 8th, and it will be closed until early 2020. They're going to be doing enhancements, refurbishing slides, painting, fixing it all up. But people are starting to wonder, since now that you have Volcano Bay, you have Margaritaville's water park, you have SeaWorld Aquatica, Blizzard Beach, from what I was reading, has never added an attraction since opening. So maybe now is the time with all this competition during this time period to put up a new attraction. So people are kind of thinking that there's going to be a new attraction. Nothing obviously has been confirmed by Disney, but we'll see. See what happens when it reopens in 2020. And if there is going to be something that's added, you're going to find out next month when they do D23. Which I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled on. With new rides coming out. You're going to find out all the cool stuff. Movies, rides, TV shows, Disney Plus. You'll find everything out. And then back to Hagrid's. The new schedule for that is, it's going to open, I guess, with the park and then close earlier than Islands of Adventure. Dollywood, for those that love Dollywood. And if you love Christmas and you love the Hallmark Christmas movies, you will be pleased to know they're doing Dollywood and Christmas at Dollywood movie for Christmas. It comes out in December and has Dolly Parton in it, filmed at Dollywood, so you'll get to see that. So I wanted to let everybody know that. All right, so that's the end of the news. So, Mr. Cody, please tell us about the rumor that you're hearing about Green Lantern. Hey, see you later, Nicholas. Hey, Muffins. Nicholas says, see you later, dude. Well, he didn't say dude, but he said just say he wanted to let you know. He said bye. Ready? Come here. Come here for a second. You got to say bye to Nicholas. Cat's like, damn you. Bye-bye, Nicholas. I'll see you soon. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. I know. Oh, you stretching? Oh, you tired, huh? You're a good co-host. You can be my co-host anytime, Muffins. Yeah. No? No, you don't want to? Or you're just hanging out because there's nobody else to hang out with. I'm like your backup buddy, huh? When the kids ain't here, you come hang out with me. Huh, is that what you do? Oh, you see something. What do you see? Oh, you're just rubbing the handle. I don't know. So while I'm waiting, while this thing catches up, and Cody will tell me his thing. Let's break down to the pros and cons of Cedar Fair. Now I haven't been to all of them, and I know a lot of people have, like Six Flags. You got your fanboys and you got your haters. You got people that are like, it's all right. Like me, I'm like, it's okay. Like I don't love it. Oh, so, what do you call it? Cody says, I'm now hearing that Six Flags is planning on sending it up here and giving it to Great Escape. The only reason I'm believing this is the rumor our Sky Coaster is leaving too. Someone also told me about the Great Escape rumor with Green Lantern, because for the longest time I heard about it going to Laronne up in Canada. And I felt, Laronne seems to be the dumping ground for a lot, that and like Six Flags America and Six Flags St. Louis. These places just seem to be the dumping ground for the unloved and unwanted Six Flags rides. So I find it weird. I mean, I can understand them sending it there, but only if they fix. There's things they got to fix. Like, I heard the restraints hurt like a mofo. I heard that. Like, I've never ridden it, so I don't know. My brother rode it, and he loved it. He thought it was awesome. He loved it. When he rode that a few years ago, he rode it and was like, I love Green Lantern. He thought it was awesome. I think he's, he's probably in the minority of liking Green Lantern. But, I mean, I heard it was painful from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, we've all talked about this numerous times on the show throughout the years. And I think we all seem to be on the same, and you can say the same thing about Cedar Fair parks. But why own a park, and why not, like, do something like, why have a park and not really maintain it and take care of it and give it good rides? Like, it's like me. Excuse me. I think if you own a park and a business, it is a wise decision to make sure that, I mean, I get it. People, again, it comes to shareholders and all this other stuff, but, people like certain XYZ ride. People hate XYZ ride. You own this park, you own that park. It's more or less, if you build it, they will come for to an extent, and you're not gonna get every awesome ride every year. We know that. That's not gonna happen. Only a few parks are gonna get awesome rides every year, which is kind of stupid, because if you invest, like I said, it was last week or the week before, when Six Flags America put in their Wonder Woman, Sky Screamer, and how much the season pass sales jumped just because of a Sky Screamer, that goes to show you that if you put something in instead of not, and put something in halfway decent, people are going to come. You're going to excite the population that's around the park and go, I want to go. Like, there's something new, something awesome that I want to check out and go. Most people that are in Laronne, unless you're a coaster enthusiast, are not going to know that ride came from California. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to know that. The general public is not going to be like, oh, I don't want to ride it. I heard it was a piece of crap. It came from California and it's a pain. Nobody's going to know that. They're not going to know that till they ride it. That's why it's us, people like us, that read up and we look for every rumor and we read every news piece. And we're the ones that go like, oh, this thing's a hunk of crap. I don't have an opinion on it because I've never ridden it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to trash something I've never ridden. You know what I mean? Like Cody's saying, the idea of splitting the chain in half, so to speak, only giving investments every 2 years, minimum, You know what I mean? It would be smarter because then you can spread out. Because the thing that you're going to... There are parks that are landlocked. Six Flags New England's somewhat landlocked. They got a little bit of space here and there to add stuff. They can add stuff. But you get to a point where you have to rip things out to put things in. So you're going to be going... Like, when you're doing this, you're running into the problem of every year. And eventually you're going to have all new rides over 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, obviously you're cycling them out, but you're getting a bunch of stuff. And then eventually, like, well, what do I rip out? Because everything's still pretty newish. Even in 10 years, you got 10 rides that are still pretty newish. 10 years for a ride really isn't that much. I mean, look at Superman, 20 years old. And for the most part, I mean, besides the squealing and a issue here and there, nothing major, totally. It still runs really well for being 19 years. Still runs like a charm. There's rides that are old as hell that still run great. If you take care of it, it'll last. If you don't put the maintenance and the time in and the effort in, it's not gonna. You know? I think parks should be doing every other year anyway. Every 2 to 3 years should be adding a ride. Not every year. That's stupid. That's why you get all this hunk of junk. That's why you get fireballs. And you get, I mean, I like Sky Screamers. I'll ride a fireball once in a blue moon. I think whoever the new CEO for Six Flags is going to go in a little bit of a different direction. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's what I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Millennium Force because, I mean, if I want to ride something fast, yeah, I'll go ride it. But there's the name shouldn't be Millennium Force because there's no force. It's just fast. They should have named it Millennium Fast. There's no force. I call it Millennium Forceless. You know what I'm saying? It's not that now. So, again, there's a lot of things. And I would love to be able to sit down with the Six Flags CEO and have a chit-chat. I would love to. I think by the end of the conversation, I think I could convince him to hire me. I really do. I could be like his right-hand man. Not a vice president, but I could be like, we could get attached at the hip and be like Siamese twins. And then we can like work together. And then I can say, hey, look, change the direction. Do this, not that. Because if you think about it, and when we get into the Cedar Fair thing in a second, CEOs, for the most part, are not enthusiasts. They know how to run a business. They know how to make money, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They don't... Yes, you have to know how to, you know, appease and make your stockholders happy and make money, but try to make the theme park fans happy. There's no way to do both. And you got to try to find a happy... I mean, I could do both. I know how to run a company successful that makes a profit every year, whether it's big or small, but I know how to do that. I know I'm on a small scale, but I can do it because I've been doing it for, crap, almost 10 years. So, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know, but anyway, so let's get into this pros and cons of Cedar Fair, because I want to hear, and as we're going through, make sure in the chat you shout it out when we're talking about topics. Now, I'm going to start off with kind of like what we just did with the Six Flags. Let's try and get the negative out of the way, but let's, even though it's negative, try to keep it positive. You know, let's not totally bash it if there's something negative. Because what I want to do, you know, I hope that a Cedar Fair park watches this. I hope that what we can do is say, hey, look, even though we have some complaints in the cons department, but also remember, if you have something that's bad about it, also mention your idea to fix it. And if there's something great that you want to talk about, make sure you just say, hey, this is great, or whatever. I mean, you're not going to fix something that's great, but if there's something great that you love about Cedar Fair parks, it could be about the chain, it can be about a particular park, what you love, what you don't. You know, and then the same thing with the cons, you know? So let's see what we got. Daniel says, I think Millennium Force is overrated, but I also understand why many people love that ride. He also says Cedar Point is a huge hit among the GP. That's one reason why they added Steel Vengeance, to add a big fan service to the enthusiasts. Yes, I had a cheeseburger today. Yeah, and that's where I was heading. So you got parks that are like Dorney, Michigan's Adventure, isn't it? What is it, Worlds of Fun, or what's the other one? Isn't there another one that gets the crap end of the stick? This what, Worlds of Fun? What's the other one besides Michigan's Adventure and Dorney? Now, here's the thing. We've all been crapping on Michigan's Adventure, but the things that I've learned, like in the recent, 6 months, because I've never been there, it's, way out there. It's not really next to much of anything. And from what I've been reading, they're focusing on family. Oh, yeah, Valley Fair's another one that kind of gets crapped on. But with Michigan's Adventure, I would probably compare Michigan's Adventure and Great Escape, just in the terms of where they're located, with the demographics. I mean, I know Michigan's Adventure probably has better rides than Great Escape when you're trying to compare two parks, but they're kind of going in the same, So, I think what they need to do, again, it comes down to trying to add an attraction every year to every park is a bad business model. Now, I understand that the percentage of people that actually travel to different parks is very small. I think it's less than 5% of all guests travel to a different Six Flags. I forgot. Jen McGrath told me this a couple of years ago. She gave me the percent. It was a tiny percentage. Because I brought up to her, I'm like, how did it become with all the clones? You know what I'm saying? Why does Six Flags as a company add 3 Skyscreamers in a year and 2 Joker, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. What? So, and we've talked about this. They do that because of the stupid surveys that come in. So, the enthusiast community is pretty small in comparison to the GP. It really is. We're I don't even think we're a blip on the map, to be honest. I mean, we're a very loud and vocal group, yes. We're so low on the totem pole that we don't matter. I mean, they do throw us a bone, but I think what they need to do is just focus on these parks. Yeah, but see, another thing is, the thing that I always say about Six Flags, I'm saying the same thing about Cedar Fair. They got Snoopy and stuff. It's time to stop using IPs. I know that's never going to happen, but it's time. My nose is wicked itchy. Maybe I'm allergic to the cat. I don't know. I think it's, me personally, I'm fatigued with IP crap. You know what I'm saying? Funny you say that, because rumor has it Six Flags won't give us a Skyrocket 2 because Lake Compounds has one, which contradicts that reasoning. Well, see, here's the thing. There's a contract that parks sign with manufacturers, say, hey, we want the exclusivity of this ride for X amount of years, so don't sell it, this type of ride, to any other parks in I don't know if it's 100 or 200 mile radius, something like that. I know Canopy Lake with Untamed did that, and I believe that's the same deal going on with Lake Compounds with the Skyrocket too. It's probably going to be for X amount of years, and they can't sell one to another park in the area. Because that's why, if you notice, there's no Skyrocket 2s in New England besides what do you call it? There's no Skyrocket 2s and there's no Eurofighters in the New England area. Yeah, B&M is what they call the Rolls Royce of roller coasters. They're smooth, they're reliable, they're nice rides. Some are more forceful than others. Most are not that forceful. See, B&M's thing is they focus more. What I noticed, and I'm not talking about the inverts, because the inverts are like crazy forceful. I'm talking like everything else that's not an invert. Those focus more on floater airtime than actually ejector airtime. Yeah, Eurofighter is in Canopy with Untamed. So rides like Leviathan and Fury don't have... Yeah, Untamed, yep. They don't have crazy amounts of ejector airtime. Now, I feel there's more ejector in Leviathan than there is Fury. Remember, I'm too fat to float. I don't float. That's like there's a lot of float airtime, evidently, on Millennium Force. In those floater airtime moments, my fat butt does not come out of the seat. I'm in there. I'm stuck. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, that's why I always call it Millennium Forces, because there's only... For me, on Millennium Force is that one little bump as the flyby in the station. Fury, there's a couple, 2 or 3 little bumps at the end. The rest is meh. You know, Leviathan, I had a bunch of airtime moments on it, and I personally love the Leviathan layout better than Fury's. But that's just me. You know, it's tit for tat. Hey, that's okay to giggle when I said I'm too fat. It's true. Yeah, my whole thing with dive coasters, I said it before and I'll say it again. Once you've sitting in the front row, like if you go and your first ride's in the front row and you've never ridden one before, after that, it's kind of You know, it becomes the same typical, it's the same typical layout. Like B&M, for the most part, doesn't get too crazy with their layouts. They're, for the most part, they're pretty much all the same. RMC's starting to do that thing. You know, a lot of this stuff has their signature elements. You know, so, I mean, I don't know what, you know, it is what it is, and there's nothing more I could say about that. So, back on this, have you ridden Leviathan from the front? I rode it in the front, I rode it in the back, I rode it in the middle. I spent more time in the back because my backseat rides were amazing. When I did the ERT, yeah, they're one-trick ponies. I get it. I mean, they're not horrible coasters. Like, I like them better than Wacky Worms. I like them better than Millennium Force. You know? But again, that's me. Now the cons is what they need to do is they need to switch out and do every 2 to 3 years, each park gets a ride. Well, just keep rotating. That way, other parks have a better chance of getting better rides instead of doing it. Someone said that, because remember a few years ago, they went to Europe and bought up old rides. You know what I'm saying? And get that nostalgia in, and I agree, Six Flags should be doing the same thing. But as we're talking about Cedar Fair, I'd like to see more of that. And again, I would like to see a lot of the companies that were around back in the day come out with newer versions of these old rides that you can't get anymore. Why not make the Swiss, whatever you call that, the bobsled ride again? Why not remake a TriStar, new aged? Why not make, newer rides? Take the old concept, make it obviously newer, a little bit different, more, updated safety for today's world, because everybody's so happy, and get innovative. All these companies got back catalogs galore of stuff that they don't make anymore. Why not just come out with a new version of it? I applaud the companies that try new things. Like there's that crazy ride, I forgot the name of it. It looks like clock towers and stuff. That's down at Coney Island. I don't know if that's thrilling or not, but it looks cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? I want to ride that. It looks cool. I don't know if it's any good, but it looks cool. And, so there's a lot of that. Oh, like that ride that went into Knoebels this year. whatever the hell they call it, the spinny ride that's like the Calypsos there. I rode one in IAPA, and that ride packed a punch. So I can't wait to ride when I go to Knoebels next week and see what's going on with that. Don't you touch. I like it. It's a little rough, but I like it. When I went down over Texas and rode it, I like bobsled, and I'm not talking bobsled like. Wait, a better layout than what, Daniel? You're saying, but I feel Millennium Force has a better layout. A better layout than what? You know what? I actually, when I got off of Millennium Force, I felt kind of gypped, like there should have been more. It doesn't. To me, Millennium Force doesn't feel complete. Oh, Nitro, that's a snooze fest. I've literally fallen asleep on Nitro. My dad woke me up. It was kind of funny. So, one, I think it's time, and as we're in the negative section of the pros and cons of Cedar Fair, I think it's time that Donnie gets something. I don't want to hear the excuse of where it's at and where it's locating. If you look up, if you just Google TriStar Flat Ride, it's kind of like a Condor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. Six Flags New England had one when it was Riverside. Now, I still think Wicked Cyclone, I mean, I know it sounds like fanboyish, but Wicked Cyclone is definitely better than Millennium Force. I know two different types of coasters, but I'm just saying, again, my preference of ride is I like the ejector airtime. I get plenty of it on Wicked Cyclone. Now, I can't give Millennium Force the edge. Again, if I want to ride something fast, I go ride King to Kai, I go ride Top Thrill, I go ride Millennium Force. Those are my fast rides. If I'm looking for airtime, I don't ride them. Depends on my mood that day. But no, Wicked Cyclone, I feel is better. Like, Wicked Cyclone, for being as small as it is, packs a crazy punch. And a lot of people will say that Wicked Cyclone, hey, what's up, Charles? Wicked Cyclone, while being small, has a better layout than some of the other RMCs. I haven't ridden all of them. I know I've ridden the one at Great America. I've ridden Texas Giant. I've ridden the one at King's Dominion. I've ridden the one at New England. I don't know. I'm probably missing something. I feel like I've ridden at least another. Well, yeah. It's not necessarily the bunny hops, because there's like, after you come off the first drop and you come around the turnaround, there's one hop there, and then when you go into the stall and you're up on the top there, and then there's the double down, and then there's not really much of any more bunny hops anymore. There's outward bank turns, inward bank turn. You know what I mean? It's kind of going in and out, but you're getting that. No. I'm not taking it as you're starting to fight. I'm just saying it's. I mean, I get what you're saying, because a lot of the RMCs have a lot of bunny hops in them, and I agree. It's kind of like when, like I say with the dive coasters. Most of them, except for Yukon Striker, they're all pretty much the same. They do the same thing. And that's why it's like a lot of coasters get boring. And I get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get that because of the fact that it's kind of like when you go ride the Batman clones or a Joker clone. It's like, you're ridden one, you're ridden them all. You know what I'm saying? But, you don't get what I'm saying? It's like, I can get it. A lot of repetition. And it kind of makes things like, a lot of people don't want, like, when they go to a different park they haven't been to, and they're like, oh, well, I've ridden this Batman clone at the other park. I'm not going to ride it. I'm going to skip it. Oh, I've ridden a Boomerang. I'm not going to ride that one. Like, that's why I'm always preaching. Go ride everything. Just go have fun. Who cares if you've ridden it before? That's why we say counting coasters always ruins your experience. Like, you don't get anything out of, okay, I rode 2,000 coasters, or I rode 3,000, or I rode 1,000, or I rode 20. You're not getting anything. It's not a race. What are you getting? What are you getting out of it? Like, what do you get for getting a lot of coasters? Nothing. What do you want? Someone to kiss your ass or pat you on the back? Oh, very good. I rode a lot of roller coasters. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Who cares? Like, I don't get it. So, yeah, the TriStar was cool because they had in one corner over by where the flume used to be. No, that's what I want. I want people to spice up the conversation. I want people to give their honest opinion. I don't care if I agree with it or not. Obviously, I don't agree with your opinion, and you don't agree with my opinion. It's fine. No love lost. I do not hate anybody for a different opinion. I don't. I want people to talk and do things. So, but yeah, and the other thing that, another negative that I find about the Cedar Fair parks is the same. It's the same thing that I find at Six Flags. Food quality, food lines, and poor, like, like different various amounts of different kinds of food. It's just not, people always try to play it safe when they go to anywhere. They want to stick to their basics. It's the same thing when you go on a cruise ship. I don't know how many of you have been on a cruise ship. You go to the buffets. If you go to the buffets at a cruise ship, same thing as you go to an amusement park. They have the comfort food. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, chicken fingers. It's always the same thing. People always go, those are the most popular items. People don't like to really go outside the box, which is stupid. I try my best to try something new and try something different every time I go somewhere, because there's some parks that have like a different food item that I don't get to have somewhere else. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I wish that they would better the food quality a little bit. Some people aren't going to kill it like, it's a cheeseburger, I just need a little bit of fuel to go. But I want to see people like add like better food quality, especially at the prices they're charging. And I get why they charge the prices, because they give the gate away. And I get it. I think the whole food aspect needs to be changed at all parts. Disney, Universal, everywhere. Food is a problem, and the parks don't give a crap. So that's another negative in the cons about Cedar Fair that I think needs to change. Another thing that needs to change, I feel, is lack of dock rides, and that's Six Flags too. I don't know what happened. Like a million years ago, probably before most of us were born, there used to be dock rides everywhere. I mean, I know that like a lot of the, like around here, and I'm sure around where everybody else lives, there were a lot of dock rides. Whether they were, well, I mean, the shoot 'em up ones like by Sally, they're more newer than like the House of Horrors or whatever, other dock rides that were in New England. And I feel, I believe every park, whether it's a theme park or an amusement park, should have a dock ride. That should be a staple in every park. That should always be a staple. Now, I know some Cedar Fair parks have them. Like Canada's Wonderland has that Guardians Mountain thing. What Knott's I think it's Knott's that has that underwater one there. Then you have, like, I know King's Dominion, and I believe King's Island has the Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. I think. They used to be the Scooby-Doo rides. I wish there was more dock rides, whether they shot the gun, they had a story to it, something. I think every park, doesn't matter whose company it is, need dock rides. And I would love to see more indoor coasters. I know that's not really going to happen everywhere, but I want to see more stuff like that come. And again, I want to reiterate, I want to see Cedar Fair stop treating these few parks like redheaded stepchildren. Every park deserves something. I mean, Dorney's been a dumping ground for crap. I mean, they got Stinger and it didn't even really work. And when it did work, it was only open for a little bit, and then it was just such a pain in the ass. They got rid of it. They keep getting crapped on, and they're getting just nothing but hand-me-downs. Now, I do like that they have the free fall there like they had at Rocky Point, because when I go there, I'm definitely going to ride that. I hope for CoasterCon they have it on ERT, because that would be awesome, because I would ride the hell out of that. Just to go down memory lane. And remember this, if you ever ride one of those, you got to do Carowinds. I went there for CoasterCon in 2012. And then I went there for Fury Media Day. I don't remember a dark ride. I know they had that 4D theater, because when I went, they had SpongeBob, and it was awesome. I rode it like 4 or 5 times. It was great. Plus, it was air-conditioned. I don't know if Carowinds had a dark ride. And I believe Canada's Wonderland, they might have had a Boo... Yeah, I think they had a Boo Blaster on Boo Hill, I think. I don't remember. I was there last year. I don't remember. I think they did. I know Kings Island does, I think. And I know Kings Dominion does, because I remember riding it during CoasterCon last year. Down there. If I join Ace, I would do that with you. Do what with me? CoasterCon? I mean, CoasterCon next year is going to be awesome. Like, if you've never been to a CoasterCon and you're not an Ace member, as much as I have my, my beefs with certain people within it, I would say sign up. And I would definitely go to next year's CoasterCon. Like, you don't realize... You have no idea. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have been to Hershey. You've been to Knoebels, Dorney, and Dutch Wonderland. That is one hell of a CoasterCon right there. The following year is at Kennywood and Cedar Point. So that's going to be another good one. But I'm definitely going next year to the Knoebels one. And I'm definitely going to the Cedar Point. Jeremy's never been to Cedar Point. Devin has. Need to get Jeremy to Cedar Point. And again, yep, I love Boo Blaster on Boo Hill. Now, another thing, I got to say this. I got to laugh when it comes to Cedar Point. And it's in the cons. People put this thing, and it's maybe not on the company itself, maybe the fanboys, because like I know there's fanboys for every park, and I get that. You know what I mean? Some take it to more extremes than others, but people put Cedar Point on this pedestal that it doesn't live up to. It just doesn't. It can never live up to that pedestal that people have put it on. It just will never live up to it. Is Cedar Point okay park? Yeah, it's okay. I like quality over quantity. So what I would say is, you want to fix Cedar Point, in my opinion, get rid of like the mine train, because that thing hurts. I mean, I come off that thing black and blue and bruised. I'm glad that they fixed the Maverick restraints. That's a hey, what's up, Sean? That's a step in the right direction. Creating Steel Vengeance was another great thing. Iron Dragon is kind of I'm glad they turned they got Mantis. I do miss Disaster Transport. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed the indoor bobsled coaster. I will give credit to Cedar Point for the flat rides, for sure. I will definitely give them a lot of credit for that. They have some cool flat rides that I enjoy. Now, across the company-wise, now let's... I mean, we've talked about some... Is there any other cons that you have against Cedar Fair parks that anybody's been to? They kind of like, I know people have opinions on, like, Dorney and Cedar Point and other, not... Some people might not like Knott's Berry Farm, and some people might not like Valley Fair. Like, Valley Fair, they get a lot of crap because of where it's located in Missouri. And the people that... I'm not saying everybody, but there's a lot of people that go, and it's, I mean, I see it at Six Flags New England. I see it at Six Flags. I see it everywhere. It depends where your park's located. When it's closer to a big city, or maybe an inner city, you're gonna get those. You're gonna get kids, teenagers, adults that think they're like Captain Gangster. And you know they start fighting with people, starting stuff, and that's why I'm always saying that season pass and ticket prices should be so high that you're not gonna babysit your kid or put rules in there that the kids under a certain age can't be alone. You know, who girl? My girls? Lindsay, I doubt the girls have gone to any parks outside New England or Orlando. Jessica and Alyssa have been to, Alyssa's been to Great Adventure, so that's outside of New England. I think that's like the only park she's been to outside of New England. I mean, she's done a bunch in New England. Now, Jessica, I've taken her to Florida parks. Alyssa's never been to Florida. I took Jessica to Canada's Wonderland last year. You know, yeah, Dorney needs a good. It's time Dorney got a good coach. They need it. I mean, I like Steel Force. I like Talon. Even what is that? Thunder, whatever. Thunder Hawk, I think it is. What do you call it? It's good. I mean, it got retracked and did some work on it. Great. Dorney has some cool flat rides. So there's some positives to Dorney. They're awesome. Like that mouse, that thing needs to go. You know, Iron Dragon suffers from it's not really intense. You know, like if you go, what was it, the Bat at Kings Island? That thing's crazy. I never had the chance to ride Big Bad Wolf. I didn't go to Busch Gardens until like 2014, something like that. Hydra, I like. I like going right out the station to a little JoJo roll. But then I like the ride, but a lot of people are going, well, after it does the JoJo roll, it's the same layout as every other B&M. Okay. But I mean, I don't know. It's not that I'm not trying to be the positivity police. But I try to get myself away from the negative is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get myself away from that, and I'm trying to just take it for what it is. You know what I mean? Like, people spend so much time trashing everything. And me personally, I would just love to just go to a park and not count coasters and just go and enjoy the day with my friends and my family. That's all I want. You know, if I remember to hit record and make a video, then I do. If I forget, oh well, shame on me. But I just want to enjoy my time. You know, I want to cover things for everybody because, like, when I do Orlando, and yes, some people are going to be all uppity and pissed because I'm covering Florida and I should just be covering Six Flags New England and nothing else. So those people can eat my butt. They might like it. So I'm not offering my butt for them to eat, but they might enjoy it. Yeah, if I've never been on it, I'm going to be on it. And then if I want to cover something, I'm covering it. So those that are watching that are mad when I cover something out of New England, tough tootly links. You can unsubscribe, go away, whatever you want to do. I'm doing me. If it doesn't belong in the theme park industry, it's not going to be on the channel. I'm just giving people a heads up. I know I've said it a few times. Just putting it out there. You've been warned. If you don't like, you know, it's kind of like the complaining. If you don't like it, don't look at it. Skip it. Find a video you like. You don't have to. I mean, I appreciate when everybody watches every video. You don't have to watch everything. I get it. I'm not hating. I love you even if you hate me. It's just the way I am. And Sean, do I miss the Wildcat that used to be at Cedar Point? I do, because we used to have one when it was Rocky Point. We used to have one of those. Then that actually came from Riverside before it was Six Flags New England. Actually, in the 70s, Riverside sold the Cyclone to Rocky Point. So, I missed that ride. I was actually talking about that with Jessica and her mom yesterday, saying how much I missed that ride. I really missed that ride. I know it's not like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it was a fun, when I was a kid growing up, that was a big ride to me. I was like, woo, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. All right, so give me some pros about Cedar Fair parks. What do you like that they do that, say, other parks don't do? What is something that you like about? So let me know in the comments. I'll tell you. I'm gonna revert back to what I said when they did that year of nostalgia and went and got some old rides. That's something that most other parks don't do. Yeah, like I said, John. If you want to create videos when you go on your thing, I can share a folder with you on my OneDrive cloud thing, and then you can just you can just upload the videos to it, and then if you want, I can just edit them together. Just I can watch them. Yeah, I saw that you went to the new casino in Boston today, and I heard you won some money and you had fun. Yeah, Texas is not a place I would like to be right now. But other than that, what other things? I mean, I know a lot of you guys. Some of you guys have been to Cedar Fair parks, so I'd like to know what do you guys like about the chain? Because I know Holiday World posted a fun what if on their blog about Stranger Things in the park shortly after Halloween and July 4th areas opened. I wonder if next year, when they do that whatever event there, Hollywood, that event there, maybe next year they use Stranger Things as a theme. Because every year they theme it to something. I think this year was themed to the movie Airplane, I think. Maybe they'll use Stranger Things next year. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... There were things that are pros and... I mean, most of us are Six Flags fans, and we mostly go to Six Flags. So I can understand there's not a lot of people chit-chatting about Cedar Fair parks. A lot of us haven't been to a lot of them. A lot of us have probably been to King's Dominion, Dorney, and Cedar Point. And everything else is kind of hit or miss. It would be nice if Cedar Fair had That's another con. They need to somehow get a park in New England. And then build that up. That would become a pro. But the things that we love Costa Mania. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that they do. That's another pro that Cedar Fair does, and they do it very well. And Six Flags needs to take notice of this. Is when they do their own events. I know Dorney does one. I forgot what the hell it's called. I forgot what Dorney's is. I know Larry and Tina. They usually go to that, but I will say I haven't done the Dorney one. I've done Costa Mania before. And I mean, I've been to Ace events like at King's Dominion, Cedar Point. I don't think I've done I haven't done an Ace event at Dorney Park yet. I will next year. But now, Joshua Johnson, let me ask you this. What are some things that you love about Knott's, and what are some things that you hate about Knott's? I mean, unless it's just all love going around. Because I'd like to know what people think. If you've only been to one park and you can't talk about company-wide, well, tell me what you love and hate about that park. Yeah, there's like some theme thing going on with Stranger Things and Coney Island. I don't know if they're filming or what the hell they're doing. See, I like King's Dominion. Here's my problem with King's Dominion. And then I'll get into the pros. Riding things makes the most sense. Yeah. King's Dominion. And when you go, Charles, you'll recognize this. King's Dominion is a nice park. I actually like going to King's Dominion. When people are like, "Hey, let's go to King's Dominion," I'm like, "Yeah, I like going." They have a pretty decent ride selection. I mean, they lost Volcano, but they have the metal bobsled. I forgot what the hell they named it. So you went when you were a kid, so you don't really know. Yeah, Cedar Fair is like a 10.5 to 12 hour ride, depending upon traffic and which way I go. So Cedar Fair is a long ways away. Usually when I go to Cedar Point, I take like 2 or 3 days to get there, and then I'll drive right back. But usually what I'll do is I'll go to Knoebels, and the next day I go to Kennywood, and then I'll get to Cedar Point. Hey, what's up, Jason? Hey, well, we're in the middle of talking about the pros and cons of Cedar Fair, so you didn't. And then we're gonna get into the fight. So we're not done yet. Don't you? You didn't. You missed a little bit of it, but we're just going over the things that we like and didn't like, and complaining about some stuff. They're filming at Coney Island. Well, there's the rumor of going with what do you call it? Stranger Things about season 4, but I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. Not yet. They are behind because they had to send their part to Great Adventure, so we had to wait on a new part. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I noticed this year is weird. And it seems Six Flags is really kind of taking it in the rear this year. Max Force opened late. West Coast Races hasn't even opened yet. Look at Steel Curtain is opening up. What do you call it? Media day for Steel Curtain is tomorrow, and then Saturday it opens to the public. So we'll be seeing everything about Steel Curtain tomorrow. Everybody's reactions. The POV's already up. We'll see. What you're going to see tomorrow is people talking about Steel Curtain. You're going to see a million reverse POVs. And so there's going to be a lot of content to watch tomorrow about Steel Curtain. But things are getting delayed. Things are, you got the Joker down there. So there's a lot of issues going around with all these rides. Kennywood, Skyrocket is down. I don't know when that's going to open, but I heard they were working on it. I think Black Widow might still be down. Which is like Harley Quinn up here. So, I haven't watched Stranger Things 3 yet. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to start watching it tomorrow. And then I'm going to do a review of it on the Hornapalooza, because Lindsay Yale Entertainment here, Mr. Lindsay, suggested on our Hornapalooza podcast YouTube channel that deals with all the the haunts and stuff like that, anything Halloween horror related. I'm gonna drop it on that. I won't promote it on SFNEOnline because people get pissed when I do. But those that want theme park haunt stuff this year are gonna have to deal with Hornapalooza, not SFNEOnline. All things related to haunted houses and Halloween and everything goes there. Sucks to be you. So, but yeah. So, Jason, since you and one of the other guys that, they're like in the Planet Coaster streams were like, hey, pros and cons time for Cedar Fair. So, let me ask you this, Jason. What are the things that you love about Cedar Fair, or if you haven't been to all the parks that you love and hate, what are your things? What do you love? What do you hate? What are your pros and cons about Cedar Fair and their parks and stuff? It might be some repetitive stuff that said that we were we've already said, but that's fine. You came late. My mind thinks Stranger Things would be a wonderful layover for E.T. Adventure. You know what? That would be great, but I don't see them getting rid of E.T. anytime soon. There's something going around saying that for right now anyway, that E.T. is kind of like off limits of touching. It's the last original opening day attraction in the park, I guess. And it's like a tribute to Spielberg. So, like they're just keeping it out of respect to him and blah, blah, blah. So you may get it after he dies. Like, at some point, they're going to have to do something. I love E.T. One of my favorite rides, and I can't wait when I go. Because after the tour, the RIP tour at Halloween Horror Nights is done when I go, and I get your tour thing becomes skip the line, you bet your ass I'm going right to E.T. That's one of the rides I'm riding. I'm riding E.T. And then I think I'm going to bore everybody else with Fast and the Furious, just so they can see how crappy that ride is. My kids, Jessica and her daughter, have never ridden it. Well, Jessica's daughter's never even been to Florida. So this is all like a whole new crazy thing when we go. But Alyssa and Jeremy can't. I had to get the tour because even with the skip the line at Universal, they wouldn't be able to deal with the lines. They wouldn't be able to do it. Like, I honestly think, I know it sounds weird, but I honestly think Jeremy has some touch of like autism or something. I really do. And I mean, I don't hate the kid because of it. I'm just saying, I just think he does. I mean, doctors haven't. They're like, well, he might have Asperger's, but I don't know. He's kind of got signs, but we can't take him to a psychologist. What do I think about Canada's Wonderland? I loved Canada's Wonderland. Like, it was refreshing to, instead of seeing the Eiffel Tower like the other ones, seeing the mountain. I highly enjoyed the different flat rides they had. I enjoyed a bunch of the. I didn't enjoy. They have that one wooden coaster that's hurt. That it really, really hurts, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't ever want to touch that again. You know, I like Behemoth. I love Leviathan. What was the? There were quite a few rides. I was like, I don't want to ride this thing again. And there was some coasters I was like, I gotta ride it. And there was like some flat rides, like the claw one there. That's always breaking down. That ride, if you can get on that ride, if you ever go to Canada's one, ride that ride. That's another thing about Cedar Fair. They have unique rides where, like, over Six Flags will not keep. Six Flags just tosses things out in the trash. You want to get rid of it, give it to me. I remember when Jerry Brick was trying to give away the Rhoda. Nobody wanted to buy it. He was trying to give it away. Nobody even wanted it. If I knew now about it, I could have, like, installed it in my parents' yard. Put it indoor, you know what I mean? Build a shed over it or something. My parents got 10 acres of land. I could put a little amusement park there if I had the money, I could. But, so Jason says, personally think Cedar Fair needs to focus more on the lower end parks, like Michigan's Adventure, Dorney Park, Worlds of Fun. But also, like, a lot of these parks, and I said it before you came in, Jason, with Michigan's Adventure has finally figured themselves out and what they're doing. And what I mean by that is the articles I've been reading, they're focusing on family. I mean, they have some thrill machines that, like, I was comparing it earlier to Great Escape. If they know who they are, their identity, and they're sticking to it. That's why you're not seeing, like, crazy things. But even still at that, they need to give Michigan, if they're going to stick to the family aspect and not go crazy and big like a Carowinds and a Kings Island and a Kings, and so on, and Cedar Point. Inject attractions towards family in those parks. Totally get it. That's what they should do. Dorney needs help. I think that's one of the worst. That one is just like somebody took a poop on it. Like Dorney was sleeping overnight and people just came by and popped a squat all over it. It's just, I don't understand why they're not getting the love. Like, again, for a lot of things, if you build it, they will come. I think if they injected a new coaster in a Dorney, the attendance would double. Maybe not double, but it would go up. It would go up a lot, I think. I think people are just kind of sick of the same old. When you're not getting anything. I mean, you got the fans, right? You got the enthusiast fans that live near Dorney. Like, I'm just going to go to Dorney for a few hours. Maybe 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. Like, I'm just going to go hang out for a little bit. Got a season pass. They go in. They're going to attract that crowd. You're going to get people that love it. Dorney has a great water park. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much on Forbidden Adventure thing, like at Cedar Point, but I hear it's, like, awesome. I don't know much about it, didn't read much about it. I really don't care, to be honest. I'm not really big into that kind of stuff. I just want to go on a ride and chill. I mean, I'd try it out. Like, if we go to CoasterCon and they still got it, like, hey, you get it. I don't know if it's an upcharge or free or whatever. Hey, go check out Forbidden Adventure or whatever. I'll go check it out. I wouldn't be against it. I would go check it out. You know, I'm always willing to try something at least once. But I get you. Those 3 parks really need something. Like if Michigan's Adventure's going the family route, not getting too crazy with big rides, inject the rides into the park. Do it. You know? Same thing with Dorney. I don't think it's going to kill Cedar Fair. I'm not saying that Dorney has to get a Giga. And I kind of, they can get a GCI. Maybe it could be like, you know, it doesn't have to be like an Oscar the Grouch or whatever. Maybe build one the size of like Mind Blower or White Lightning down at Fun Spot. You know, something like that. Just build something that's better than nothing. How about that? Build something that is better than nothing. That's what I would honestly like. Oh, somebody commented on the pinball machine. Oh, somebody wants to trade me. Well, I'm just wondering if you'd be interested in either a Senator or a Quicksilver. Senator already has a CPR Gold installed. Quicksilver will have a micro playfield installed in a week or two. Let me know if either one interests you. I can't be doing trades. I don't want to move pinballs. That's the thing. I don't want to move. I don't want to move the stuff. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. Yeah, I mean, when you have, that's another thing that I notice. Cedar Fair doesn't do any concerts that I've known. I mean, I don't live around the park. Like I said, the closest Cedar Fair park to me is Dorney. That's 4 or 5 hours away, something like that. It's like 4 hours, 4.5 hours away from my house. So that's the closest one to me, and I'm not gonna get a season pass there because how many times? I haven't been to Dorney since 2015, 2016, something like that. Around that, you know, around that time is when, you know, like the last time I went. So that goes to show you how many times I go. I'm not saying that Dorney's crap. I just, you know. But yeah, like the bigger, I mean, obviously they favor Cedar Point, Kings Island, Kings Dominion, and Carowinds. Those are the parks that are getting everything. There is going to be a new focus on California, America. There's going to be a new focus on that. Plus now with having the Schlitterbahns, it's just that they have some parks that need some love, and they don't have it. But there are, like I said, part of the pros is that Cedar Fair is willing to take some chances, but for some reason, they kind of fall behind. Like, they fall behind Six Flags in some areas. Like, but, I mean, the thing that I like is they're willing to go put a Leviathan in. They're willing to put a Fury in. You know, they're willing to take a chance and build something big, where Six Flags kind of, they're stepping back and they're just, I'm telling you, wait till you see, I think tomorrow the video comes out about my updated, what do you call it? Updated predictions list. That's the last one I'm going to make. And you guys can go to town and comment on that. Throw your 2 cents in. But, you know, instead, you watch. Six Flags is going to do a bunch of clones of like Max Force. And if West Coast Races ends up being any good, that's going to get cloned too. You know, like, I could see that going a great adventure and have an East Coast racer. Just saying. But, and what do I think? You know, if Cedar Point's going to follow suit, Sean, with, like, Six Flags, because they bought the Texas. I don't think they bought the Kansas City one. I didn't see that they bought that. You know, I didn't see if they picked up Kansas City. I only saw that they got the 2 in Texas. I could be wrong, but I didn't see anybody picking up. I didn't see them pick up Kansas City for the cheap price. I didn't see that. Me personally, I would have stayed away from Kansas City. To be truthfully honest, I wouldn't have touched that with a 10-foot pole. In August, when they make the announcements, it's usually the Thursday that goes into Labor Day weekend. Usually that's when that happens. You know what? I'm starting to think no. I'm starting to think that they're not going to get the trains for Superman. And you'll hear everything in the video, but I'll just tell everybody here because a lot of people don't watch my videos anyway. So, yeah, the prediction's coming out tomorrow, and I'll just tell people now what I think. This is what I think, and I do not by any means have any knowledge. But this is what I honestly think, and I'm sticking with it for now, unless something happens, and I'm going to start snooping around the park for stuff. Number one, remember when we talked about the water park thing earlier in the year? That they went to the town hall, and we all like, oh, we're getting a new water park, somewhat expansion. It didn't happen this year. It didn't open. They didn't do nothing. It's going to happen this year. Well, not this year, but 2020, and I think they're going to get that Zamperella in Denver. That's what I think. I think because there's going to be somewhat of a good cost to what they're putting in the water park, because they're putting in a pool house, cabanas, other crap. Plus, I mean, I'm sure that doesn't really cost a lot. And the thing is, and I know they're going to screw this up. Six Flags New England, Six Flags Corporate, if you are listening to me, listen to me good. Do not F up the 150th anniversary next year. Next year, the 150th anniversary for Six Flags New England as a park. Not in the chain, obviously, but as a park, it's the 150th anniversary. So, I think that it's time they do something. Six Flags as a company always F's up stuff. They never do anything great when it comes to special things. They think they do, and they don't. They need to let me plan their 150th anniversary celebration all year long. Like, that is a huge marketing opportunity, and I'll bet everybody they're going to drop the ball. They're going to drop. I love the management at Six Flags New England. I'm not trashing them. They're good friends. Like, when we talk real life stuff. We talk park stuff. They know that they say it all the time that I'm very honest, and that's why they like me. If they listen, I'm actually going to put an article out, and I'm going to write one, and then I'm going to send the link to Jen to pass on. I mean, they're going to see it anyway when I post it on the forums, and it's posted on the site, and it's posted on Facebook. They're going to see it. I got to get it done soon so they can start planning 150th anniversary. But they need to do something. 150th anniversary of being a park, that is huge. They need to step up. They need to take that as a great marketing tool. Six Flags New England, been here 150 years. You can do all kinds of special celebration parties. You could make merchandise. You could make throwback merchandise to rides that aren't there anymore. You could do all kinds of celebrations. You could even, if you didn't want to spend big money, go buy some used old rides. Or buy new, like get a Tilt-A-Whirl and get like 3 or 4 cheap flats that are like old rides, you know, like classics, and go something new from something old, something like that. Something old is something new. You can use that. Happy 150th anniversary. You don't have to go big with a giant coaster, but give something that's awesome. That's cool. Play the marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you play with that marketing. Get it done. Like, don't drop the ball. I know, like, they don't have 1 million people working for them. And Cedar Fair, you know, they do the same kind of thing sometimes. They drop the ball. I mean, unless it's Cedar Point, nobody gives a crap, really. Cedar Point is their bread and butter. Kings Island's starting to rise up to the top, and so ain't Carowinds. And Canada's Wonderland. But honestly, I'm going to be... And I'll tell Jen and everybody how mad I'll be if they drop the ball on this. Yeah, they'll add, you know what they'll do? They'll add another giant discovery right next to the one that we already got. Totally agree, Cody. Hey, Muffin. What you doing? Hi, Muffin. But yeah, like I'm telling you, I totally agree with you. Yeah, we already have a discovery. We have a big one. And I love it. I ride it every time I go. I don't think I'm riding any rides this Sunday when I go. I think I'm just sticking to the water park. I think it's going to be hot as hell. All right, so we're going to move on from Cedar Fair. And before we go, because this is going to be the fun part, let's talk about the Toontown fight. Now, if we have to play the video multiple times, that is fine. I don't care about that because I found the fight very happy. So for those that don't know, unless you're living under a rock, there was this crazy fight that broke out in Toontown in Disneyland, you know, California. The news that came out today, and I can't believe that they said this, you know, after the fight broke up, they got handed over to the Anaheim police. They weren't really cooperating, and they denied that it ever happened, even though there's video all over social media, YouTube, and everywhere else. I downloaded the video from whoever. I don't know who I got it from. Might have been on Facebook. I gotta say, I don't want to get into it too much because I can't wait. For those that haven't seen it, I'm sure everybody's seen the video. Yeah, we can talk about it more as we play the video because it is hilarious. And let me get this thing queued up. You know, Sean, if they added like 3 or 4 flats, you know, like even if they found some rare classic flats that they're willing to maintain, but we know it's Six Flags and they don't really maintain really things that great. You know, that just seems to be one of the problems that they have. But I think when you're going into something 150th anniversary, we know that they're not going to get a big coaster because then you'd start seeing. And I haven't been there in like 3 or 4 weeks, so I don't know if there's any construction markers laying around. But you can best believe that I am going to search. I'm not going to go in restricted areas. I'm just going to be looking around. I'm going to look in the water park. I'm going to look in the regular park. I'm going to be looking around. And all that stuff. But I think you're either going to go like really big because it's a big anniversary, or you're going to go something like I've told Jen this before, and she loved the idea. She thought it was great when I told her already, but I want to like reemphasize it, kind of put it back in her brain. 150th anniversary. Now that, well, I shouldn't say they're not because we already have a Joker 4D. That don't mean nothing in our park because we got 2 swing rides. I mean, you got a Sky Scream and then you got a regular swing ride. We got Tomahawk and Crack Axle Canyon, and we got Harley Quinn. Oh, you're gonna see the fight, Sean, in Toontown. It's hilarious. What else do we have? You got the Boomerang and you got Goliath right next to each other, literally. And maybe they're gonna give us Green Lantern. But the rumor about Green Lantern that we talked about was Green Lantern is either going to Lerone or Great Escape. That's what we're hearing. Nothing's obviously confirmed or denied, but we don't know. So it could. It very well could. I don't know if it is, but it could. All right, so we're going to get into Toontown. Let me make sure that I have... Okay, so the audio, so I can talk over it, is there. So, this is what we're going to do. If we need to watch it again, just type down, hey, let's watch it again. Now, I'm going to say that this is crazy messed up. Dudes punching chicks in the face. The mother fall. But the mother, when you see it, though, she kind of fell like it was like a you know, like hockey players and basketball players kind of throwing themselves to get the penalty call, even though they didn't really get hit that hard. That's what that kind of looked like to me. Now I'm not condoning anything. I'm just saying this thing was like a 3-ring circus. It looked like it should be in like one of them slapstick comedies. Like, it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't think that would really happen, because like the dude is like blah, like they're just like going at it. But I will, when we get, you'll see my comments. Obviously, I'm probably going to be a little bit of a jerk, kind of funny. You know, before we get into it, I'm just warning you. I don't condone it. I don't think it's right. You know, no man. The only way I feel that a man has the right to hit a woman, there's a couple instances. Yeah, definitely viewer discretion advised. There might be bad words on here, so if you hear bad words and you don't like them, don't watch this. I know everybody says no man should ever hit a woman. I think that is BS in a sense. And the only reason why I say that is, what if said woman... No, I didn't download the POV from Steel Curtain. I didn't have time. Because I was at my parents' house helping him, because he's getting a hot tub tomorrow, and they were rebuilding the roof thing that he put over the hot tub. You know, he ripped off the old roof, putting a new one on. I didn't have time. And plus, oh, Charles, I don't know if you know, if I told you that my house sold. This week's been nuts. I had downloaded the video of the fight like right away when I seen it. I'm like, oh, I'm showing this on the show. But like I said, the only instances that I feel that is a legit reason a man should hit a woman is like, what if the woman's like shooting at him? You know, pow, 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 like, and you can tackle him and punch him in the face and get the gun out of the hand. That I feel is okay. What if chicks coming in with any weapon, a knife, a sword, a lightsaber, or anything coming at him? I'm sorry. If a woman's coming at me with a weapon, I'm punching the chick in the face. I'm sorry if that sounds wrong and you don't like me anymore because I said that. But that's true. I'm not saying just walk up and just be like, bah! I don't, you know, like I said, that's like what I'm talking about. If you're getting attacked, you're defending yourself, I'm sorry, I'm gonna knock the chick out. This instance, this isn't right. And I don't condone the beating of a woman. But if a chick's coming at me with a knife or a gun, I'm punching her in the face. Sorry. I don't want to hear that. But here we go. Here's the fight. Yeah, self-defense. Oh, look at this. Hang on, I can't hear it. Look, they're fighting. Look at that. Bah, bah. Look at that. Bam! He punches her in the face. Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. With Bill Burr. I mean, it's so funny to see this in Toontown. This is hilarious. Look at them. They're trying to break it up. They're going around, and then all of a sudden, he's just like, bam, come here. Wow! He's just like, grab him by the hand. Look at this. This is nuts. I don't condone this, but it's hilarious. It just doesn't seem... Look, oh, here's the street sweeper. Old guy, hey, don't do that, guys. Come on, chill out, come on. Like, this is nuts. They're crazy. Look at it. Look, this is funny. Oh, now the chicks are fighting. Oh wait, they're a whole family. I didn't know the Oh yeah, see, she felt like a sack of potatoes.
You got what you want. Let's go, mama. You got what you want. Get the fuck on my house.
Look at that, he just smacked him. He just felt like a sack of potatoes. Look at that. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, I mean, there's swear words, so if you don't like little swear words, I'm sorry. But this is funny. Going to jail tonight, yo. Going to jail tonight. You know the guy in the pink shirt? He reminds me, How many of you know the rapper Busta Rhymes? Kind of looks and sounds like him. Maybe it's Busta Rhymes. Maybe it is Busta Rhymes. That would be funny. He's like, get over here, bitch. Look at that, uppercuts, knock her out. That's crazy. Yeah, maybe when she fell, the earthquakes happened. Because the earthquakes happened. He's just dragging her. Like, this is crazy. I know I'm, like, being funny, and I know it's messed up. Like, what those guys did to the chicks, that's definitely not called for at all. That's totally wrong in every aspect of the way. Yeah, it's a new parade. Look at that. Boom, boom. There's an earthquake. Those are the aftershocks when she's walking. See, I'm fat. I can say that.
Hey, do me a favor. Back up. Calm down.
What are they saying? There's the security. I mean, this was nuts. This is like the craziest thing ever. You know what? I think WWE would be better if it was R-rated. Imagine if WWE was like this. Just, bah, 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 bah. It'd be crazy as hell. I would love it. I mean, look at it. Like, this is just crazy. Like, the whole thing's crazy. Now, what I will say, and I'm sure the video is probably going to start over again, and that's fine. Yeah, it took way too long for security to show up, and we'll watch it one more time just because I want to see the lady just gracefully fall on the ground. And I know, like I said, I know I'm making it sound like it's funny, and, okay, so here we go. Bow, 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 right? Now, people, what I say may sound racist, but I don't mean that in any sense, because Sean, I know Sean in real life, he knows I'm not a racist dude. When you have these type of black people, they're like what I call like ghetto hood rats. Now, let me tell you, I used to hang around ghettos and gangs and stuff like that when I was younger, like a teenager, like an idiot. I thought it would be cool to hang around with me in a gang because back when I was a teenager, I was hanging out with some Puerto Ricans. I was hanging out with Bloods and Crips and Latin King. So I've been around all this. But whatever, they exchange some words and people get heated. But like when they're acting like, they sound like they just come out of the hood and they're gangsters. There's Busta Rhymes walking by. And people like that are why we can't have nice things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be... Exactly. It costs too much to go to Disneyland and be fighting. You know what I'm saying? It costs way too much to do that. It's too expensive. I don't know how. I don't know if they get like how long. I don't know if they got lifetime bans or whatever. But and I don't care what race or color you are. You don't act a fool like you don't bring that kind of stuff to any park. I don't care if it's Six Flags. I don't care if it's Knoebels. I don't care where it is. You don't bring that kind of crap to the park. While I like to enjoy this and laugh and think it's funny, but you just don't. Like, have a little bit of stuff. You're in it's supposed to be one of the happiest places on earth. I know they always say that about Walt Disney World. Same thing with Disneyland, and you're going crazy. There's all kinds of kids and families. Look, I got a big mouth. I mean, you can ask a lot of people that met me in real life. I swear like a sailor. I'm the furthest thing from politically correct that there is. And still, I mean, like, look at this. It's crazy. Just like grabbing like a caveman, get over here, bitch, kind of thing. And I don't condone any of this. Again, the only time I can see like the dude, like, if you watch, we'll play a little bit more of it from the beginning. Well, look at that. He's just like, bow, 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 bow. But I probably should turn that off. My stream's been suspended? Is it still live or is it... Am I still there? Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, it says stream unavailable. So nobody can hear me, huh? I'm not live anymore?
Check out.
Oops. Let's see. You get down. No, I'm back on. Am I still there? I'm back. Oh, maybe they stopped it because of the thingamajiggy. Well, that was crazy. All right, so enough. I guess they're gonna cut out the. No, I'm back on. Am I still there? Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was back on. I was getting ready to. It said I was live, so they probably were like, "Oh, you did that." All right, cool. Like that was just weird. It was probably because of the video. I was playing it like a couple times, and they don't want you to do that. At least I didn't get like a ban, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you get a ban. I'm just checking it. Oh, you know what? I should check my email. I bet you there's something there. Oh wait, it's if there is, it's gonna be on. Okay, let me see if what happened. No, nothing. I guess it was just I was playing something they didn't want me to play. Yeah, I'm not gonna show the video again. So anyway, so you seen the fight? I mean, that's crazy. I didn't know they were family. I just saw that there was people beefing and battling. And it was crazy and swearing, and it's a good thing that I don't have monetization right now because they would definitely demonetize this video. I can't wait to see what happens when the stream ends and what you can and can't see. Like, does it play for a little bit, cut off, and then come back? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to edit the video. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. They're just probably not going to be too happy. Yeah, I mean, they said it never happened and all that. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the show right now. maybe next week what we'll do... Oh, because it's a fight. Who cares? You damn YouTube police. I don't understand why they're... I mean, I get it. I mean, it's all over the world everybody's seen it. Who cares? In any case, so next week, maybe, you know what we're going to do next week? I want to try to make sure, before everybody goes, I want to make sure that every week now that we have a topic that everybody likes to talk about. It doesn't have to just be Six Flags. It could be anything to do in the theme park industry, anything. It could be about parks, could be anything. Predictions. So tentatively, I say let's talk about what all Six Flags parks are going to get next week. The week after, what we'll do is we'll do Cedar Fair's turn, and we'll all talk about it. And if anybody ever wants to send in questions, topics to talk about in a future show, what I am going to do is I am going to throw an email up in the chat, and you can send an email. Send me an email here. It's SFNEOnline contact@yahoo.com. Anytime you want to, if there's something you want to talk about on the Grove Show, by all means, shoot me an email, and we will incorporate it into the show. Next week, I'm going to start. I would love to, if I can, get someone on Skype in on the show. So I'll have to do some testing between now and the show. You know what I'm saying? So, if I can do some tests, I might hit up Marcus or Charles or somebody just to do a quick Skype call, like a test. I'll go live just to test it out and see if I can get it to work. And if I can get it to work, then I'd like to try to bring one or two people, if I can, onto the show next week to talk about the stuff and everybody chiming in. And then we can always do that, if anybody ever wants to call in on Skype and we can talk about topics or whatever. But like I said, if you ever have a topic or a question that you want to talk about during the show, email me there at SFNEOnline contact@yahoo.com and just type Grove Show. Yeah, just put the subject Grove Show. But yeah, I'd like to see that because there could be. Yeah, I mean, Cody can anybody that's watching the show can come on at once I figure this out. I don't care. We can set up the Skype call and we can do it. It can be like anybody can be a co-host, as we'll call it. Because I mean, there could be something that Jason wants to talk about down in Florida. Well, he's not going to come to my house on a Thursday just to come do a Grove Show, but he could be part of it if he's got Skype and wants to get... I'm not saying he is or he isn't. I'm just saying as an example. Like I said, this is a community. I want people to be part of it instead of just looking at my ugly face all night. You know what I'm saying? But I will see you guys next Thursday. Give me about 20 minutes. I'm going to do Planet Coaster and let's go build something crazy tonight. And we'll work on that. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. And I will see you guys. Keep on coasting, y'all. Peace!